All right. I shall begin the session now. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for taking out time from your busy schedule and attending this webinar on designing an engaging course using cell and molecular biology content from JoVE's video library. My name is Gulzar Sheikh, and I would be leading this session today. Along with me, I have Jennifer Bunch, who is a biology faculty at Central New Mexico Community College, and we are very thankful that she has found some time and is joining with us during this webinar session to share her experience using JoVE content and how it impacted her courses and teaching. All right, so without much ado, I'm going to share the agenda of today's session, wherein I will give you a quick glimpse of JoVE website or overall content that it has to offer via the library. Then we'll move on to an overview of cell and molecular content specifically. That would be conducted and taken by our SME expert, Preeti Sridharan, post which we will go to our guest speaker, Jennifer Bunce, and she will share her experience using JoVE content and how it impacted her learning and teaching session. After that, I will step in and I'll take you to JoVE website, giving a short tour about the content and how that content could be placed or utilized via LMS course folders. I will also talk about a different or an innovative method which we say as LTI. Not every school or institution may have this, but this comes free with the subscription. It takes just 2 to 3 days to install and provision. It has its benefit. I'll come to that part once I finish the important sections. And yes, eventually we'll open up for question and answer session. Feel free to put your question in the chat and we shall address those towards the end of the session. Now, giving a brief overview of JoVE library or JoVE content, I would want to tell you that we have an ever-growing library which has 18,000 plus video content that are placed or sits inside education and research section. We publish 12,000 plus videos every year. JoVE has 1,000 plus subscribers across the globe. That means these many institutions, college, high school, research center, training centers, all of them, they utilize JoVE content. When I say 1,000 plus subscriber, that means collectively we have 18 million users worldwide coming out of these subscribers. And JoVE content is readily available all the time. That means 24/7 for them. Subtitles, closed caption are very important feature that is associated with all our videos. And that can be a very good resource or a point of learning or explanation for your international students. So far, 10,000 plus protocols have been downloaded across the world. That means these videos are liked and are being used or utilized via LMS courses to compose or create courses for the students across the institutions. Now, I would like to invite our subject matter expert, Preeti Sridharan, who will give a brief intro about herself and take you over biology content, which are spread across various sections and categories. And she will give you an overview of all the content which this collection comprise and how it can impact student learning, what it has to offer to them. All right, over to you, Preeti. I'll stop sharing and you can start sharing your screen now.
Thank you very much, Gulzar, for the introduction. So I'll just quickly share my screen. So I hope it is visible now.
Yes, it is, Preeti.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Dr. Preeti Sridharan, subject matter expert at JoVE, and I'm excited to be your guide as we explore our products, core molecular biology and cell biology. So So moving to our core cell and molecular biology products. So these products are specifically designed to simplify complex concepts in cell and molecular biology. So these have unique collections of engaging videos that explain the basics of life at molecular and cellular level, and they serve as a dynamic tool to empower students in their learning journey. So I'll just quickly introduce you to our core molecular biology product, which is a classic collection of JoVE with 20 chapters and 298 video lessons with subtitles and voiceovers in 12 different languages that will help international students to understand the key concepts that are being discussed in their own native language effectively. And the average length of these video is about 90 seconds. And additionally, we also have scientist in action videos. So these are some of the unique advanced video collection from our journal that align with some of the core concepts that are being discussed in that particular chapter. So Gulzar or I will take you through this scientist in action videos while we take you through our website. Next is our core cell biology collection that is an expansive collection with 43 chapters and 561 video lessons with subtitles and voiceovers in 12 different languages. They also have average video length of 90 seconds, and they have 120 plus scientist in action videos. So these two collections just seamlessly align with undergraduate curriculum, and then pre-medical. It will be very much helpful for pre-medical students, allied health science students, and graduate students. And they are also of interest to research enthusiasts as well. So these videos, the videos that are being covered in both these collection, as you can see that they cover wide audience as they are tailored to align with global curricula and syllabi across various territories. So this is one of our highlight, especially for our core collection. So let me just walk you through our core molecular biology collection. As I mentioned, these have 20 chapters and 298 video lessons. And to to easily understand the variety of contents that are covered in this particular collection, we have just divided this into broad topics, broad area that they fit in, and the number that is represented within the brackets here represent the number of video lessons that are there in each chapter. So let us first discuss about the biochemistry of macromolecules. So we have chapter 1 to 5 that focus on biochemistry and structure of macromolecules, such as we have video lessons on DNA structure, biochemistry of the cell, protein structure, protein function, DNA packaging within chromosome, and different types of chromosome. So this particular collection of chapters are found to be very much useful, especially for the biochemistry courses. And next we have one of the important topic in molecular biology, which is the central dogma. So we have video lessons on DNA replication, transcription, translation, and in-depth videos on DNA repair and homologous recombination. I would invite you to explore our homologous recombination video specifically, because it is such a complex concept that has been beautifully described in our crisp animation. So we also have videos here on gene expression and some of the additional roles of RNA and different types of RNAs uh, that are also being discussed in this particular collection of video chapters. Then on genetics, we have two dedicated lesson that deals with classical Mendelian genetics, genome and evolution. So we have chapter 12 and 13 that discuss about these two. And we have videos that feature lessons on Mendelian crosses, different types of Mendelian crosses, phylogenetic trees, and exon recombination, and more. So moving on to one of the important concept of both cell and molecular biology, we have cell signaling pathways, and we have a dedicated lesson for this, which is chapter number 14. I would also like you to, I would highly recommend this particular collection specifically because it showcases advanced concepts in a simplified and crisp animation. We have video lessons on almost all different types of cell signaling pathways that are usually discussed in any syllabi and curricula. We have video lessons on G protein coupled receptor pathway, Notch signaling, hedgehog signaling, and more. So moving on, we have chapter 15 and 16 that demonstrates some of the classical and also modern techniques that are being used in molecular biology. So we have video lessons on electrophoresis and southern blotting, western blotting when it comes to classical techniques. And for modern techniques, we have videos on microarray, we have videos on CRISPR, experimental RNA interference techniques, gene therapy. So I would recommend these videos for any molecular biology student who would love to delve into the laboratory and who would like to practice some of the techniques. So another important concept of molecular biology is cell signaling, cell proliferation, and cell division. So we have video lessons on in-depth video lessons of all these topics, along with some of the foundational videos on cancer as well. So this is about our core molecular biology collection. So let us move on to our core cell biology collection. So as I said that it is a huge collection, which is relatively a newer collection as well that is been released last year. So we have essential components and function of cell, and we have chapter 1 to 11 that focus on this particular concept, and these chapter will bring a fresh perspectives on cellular metabolism and also the biochemistry of the cell. Moving forward, we have separate chapters on membrane transport and protein sorting, that is from chapter 12 to 18, that take you into the fascinating and complex world of membrane biology, and that covers different aspects of membrane structure, transport mechanisms, and protein sorting, along with endocytosis and exocytosis. And for cell energetics, we have two dedicated chapter 19 and 20, that unravel the mysteries of mitochondria and chloroplast, along with how they are involved in energy production. So these two chapters have video lessons on cellular respiration and photosynthesis. So as I mentioned, that cell signaling is one of the important concepts that is being discussed in cell biology. So we have in-depth video lessons on principles of cell signaling, different types of cell signaling, cytoskeleton of the cell interaction, cell signal transduction, cell polarization. We have videos on cell migration and some of the important components of extracellular matrix. So they have crisp animation and simplify the learning of these complex concepts in cell biology. So moving to chapter 32 and 33, they review some of the common laboratory and visualization techniques in cell biology that include lessons on cell biological experiments such as animal cell culture, cell separation techniques, and different types of microscopic techniques. As you can see that these are some of the essential resources for any cell biology research enthusiasts and researchers. So finally, we have chapter 34 to 43 that explores cell proliferation, repair, cell division, including mitosis, meiosis, and to specifically mention about cell death, we have videos on both apoptosis, necrosis, along with some of the foundational insights into the exciting field of stem cell biology and regenerative medicine. So that is about our core cell biology collection. So apart from our core collection, we also have a few more collection under our education product. So the first product I would like to introduce you to is our science education collection. So this science education collection is a comprehensive video collection that we have that has videos containing cell and molecular biology concepts under both basic biology and advanced biology. So I'll also shortly show you after the presentation how to explore, how to how to land on this in our website. So I would say that these videos are for intermediate level audience, and it is a perfect blend of both theory and practice in life. So the uniqueness of this collection and the difference between the science education collection and the core collection is that they are slightly longer duration videos with an average watch time of, I would say, 8 to 9 minutes. So and I'll just show you while I'm taking you to the website so that it will be easy for you to understand how they are different. So this is how the typical science education video looks like in our website. And then we have one more education product, which is our lab manual. So I would highly recommend you to explore our lab manual collection that are very much helpful for both students and instructor, as they have three subsections. That is for concept. So the concept subsection will reinforce the concepts of that particular experiment that they intend to conduct. And we have instructor prep that help the instructor to provide clear instruction for the laboratory preparation to the students for that particular experiment. And then we have student protocol video that demonstrate the step-by-step procedure and protocol to conduct these videos. So this is about our education collection in brief. So to make use of all these collections and to just give it to you in a package, we have ready to use playlist in our website. I'll shortly show you how to access this. So we have curated a playlist on molecular biology and cell biology. I will now show you how to access this in our website. I'll just quickly stop sharing my screen and take you to the website. So you can just land on our JoVE site by just clicking www.jove.com, which will land you here. I would highly recommend you to first sign in using your institutional email ID, or if you do not have an access, I would strongly recommend you to create an account, which Gulzar will show you shortly after my presentation. So after signing in, at the top ribbon, you can find all our products. So as we are focusing on education product, so I'll just show you how to access all our core science education and lab manual videos. You can just click on to the biology section, where you can find all our collection here, including core uh, molecular biology, core cell biology, so lab manual collection and our SciEd collection. So let me just quickly take you to our ready to use playlist. You can access that through our faculty resource center button. You can just click onto this. So in the first section, you can find videos mapped to your courses and teaching labs. So here you can just click on to biology, where you can find variety of playlists here that are curated, uh, pre-made basically for everyone to make use of these playlists. So I will just quickly show you one playlist here on molecular biology. So as you can see that this is a comprehensive collection of videos from throughout our repository, including our lab manual videos, including our SciEd, that is science education videos, and we have research videos as well. So this is basically our ready to use playlist. If you would like to embed this playlist to your courses, please reach out to Gulzar on further how to embed these videos. And we also, apart from our curriculum mapping, we also have some of the textbooks which are widely used globally, mapped with our video content. So you can access that from this subsection, videos mapped to your textbooks. I'll quickly show how to access this. You can click to the biology section here, where you can find several textbooks. And for cell and molecular biology, we have already mapped 8 most widely used textbooks, so you can access those from here. So I'll show one book from here. So this is how our book mapping playlist looks like. So we have mapped our content chapter wise. So I'll just click chapter 1. So here you can find the videos from throughout our repository that are being aligned here based on the inside content of chapter 1 from Bruce Albert's book. So apart from this, I will also highly recommend you to use another resource, which is Open Education Resources, OERs, where if you click onto this, you can find are different OpenStax books from different subjects that are already being mapped. You can, I would strongly recommend this particular collection, and it will be very helpful for the students and also for the faculty. So apart from this, other than this, if you would like any of your course outline to be mapped, uh, if you would like to have a curated playlist specifically for your course outline, I would recommend you to reach Gulzar further. So we have a specialized team of curriculum specialists and subject matter expert who will take care of your request and will curate the playlist for you. So that's it from my end. So I'll be handing over the session to Gulzar. Thank you everyone for your attention, and I'll be happy to take any questions at the end of the session. Over to you, Gulzar. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Preeti. That that was great, quick and crisp, and that was all about our resources that we have for biology, which could be spread across different categories like core SE, which is science education, lab manual specifically for students. We have a lot of content on cell biology, molecular biology, as it's already exhibited by Preeti. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to invite our guest speaker, Jennifer Buns. And before I hand over, I just wanted to tell something quick and brief about her. She has 9 years of teaching experience at community college level, which is augmented by 8 years of teaching high school biology and 3 additional years of teaching assistant work at Eastern New Mexico University. I'm really glad and happy that she has joined us today to share her experience of setting up courses using JoVE, cell, molecular, and in all biology content, and how those content has impacted her course setup and eventual student learning. So over to you, Professor Jennifer Bunce.
Thank you. Let me get my screen share going.
All right.
There, that should be it.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm happy to be here today, and I've been able to use JoVE from even before the pandemic. That we got a subscription through our library before the pandemic, and so that was really nice because it gave us the capacity to use the JoVE videos then when we went on lockdown here in New Mexico. And actually, I've told you 9, but I got a thing in the mail the other day from the CNM that said I'd been here 10 years. So go figure, right? Time flies. I've been able to be part of another national outreach effort, QB at CC, which is quantitative biology at community colleges. And then I've been able to present mostly about the QB at CC work at NABT, the National Association of Biology Teachers, and at the Ecological Society meetings. And so today I'm excited to present about JoVE because that's something new. And I use this a lot. And I teach, I don't know how many of you are from community colleges. We have a heavy teaching load compared to most 4-year schools, and I teach 5 classes a semester typically. And for the last few years, I've been doing mostly sort of the major STEM classes in cellular, molecular, and genetics. I also do some health sciences classes with their intro bio and microbiology. I've actually used JoVE previously in anatomy and physiology courses too, but I haven't been teaching those for a couple of semesters here. So that's just some of how, like, the variety and the vast spectrum of courses that you might be able to find videos for within the JoVE platform, which is pretty cool. And I don't know that I have a typical lesson, but one of the things I've been really interested in is using multiple platforms, and especially using these platforms so that the students get exposure to the information, not just from my voice and my perspective, but from the perspective of the JoVE videos, the textbook, other supplementary materials. And I think that that goes both for the vocabulary and the examples, but it also goes to the imagery, right? We're generally teaching things that are invisible to the naked eye, or you have to have sophisticated microscopy, which isn't a thing at a community college. And so it's also the representation of all of these phenomenon that we can't see with the naked eye. And it's very different, right? It's very different representation across different platforms. And so voices, perspective, but also the way that it looks, and trying to help students bring those things together to create a cohesive, coherent set of visual and vocabulary and examples that they can utilize to remember stuff in the long term. I've used JoVE videos to promote discussions with students and between students. And they've also given me some opportunity to incorporate more formative assessments through the quiz feature that comes with the JoVE videos. And so over on the right of your screen is a page from our LMS, which is Brightspace, where I've linked a couple of JoVE videos. I have some assignments then that are on the learning platform Connect that McGraw-Hill has. And then I provide PowerPoint slides for them so that they can follow along. I don't use the PowerPoints exclusively in class by any means, but I give them those because some students like to study and use the PowerPoints to help organize their material. And so this topic caused me to stop and think, what is it that's hard when I'm teaching? And as I mentioned before, the visualization of these invisible processes and all the different ways that we show something, it can be challenging for students in a way that we as faculty are not challenged. We've been immersed in the material for so long, and we've seen so many different ways of representing what's going on, that's not an issue. But for students, it can be. And in trying to sort of level the playing field and make sure that I'm not privileging some students over others, I do take a lot of time to go through, what is this and how does it relate to the image that we saw in the book or in the PowerPoint or that we just drew on the board, and really work to merge the different ways that these invisible biological processes are represented. I love that the vocabulary is accessible in JoVE, because that's a major problem. There's so many new words, as you probably know. And then, I don't know about your classes, but the volume of material that we're supposed to teach in a semester can be overwhelming. And so those are some of the things that are difficult. And then how JoVE has helped me to address them. Well, it gives this whole set of amazing visuals. They're short and to the point, and so students can focus on short informational dumps, right? It's not the whole chapter at once. And they're easy then to look at a couple of times because they're not long, drawn out videos. I like the video chapter feature. And again, and this is something you see on the right of my screen that you can find on the website for the different core content areas. And I also, again, not to privilege some students over others, I do take pains somewhere in the beginning of the class, second or third week, to go through some of these features within JoVE, encourage the students to get a subscription or to sign up using our CNM subscription and access materials as they need. So trying to empower them to take charge of their learning by using some of the features built into JoVE. Oh, I didn't get mutations when we talked about it in class yesterday, but I can go to JoVE and I can use the search feature, or I can go to a chapter and try to find it there by using this table of contents. And so I think JoVE provides a lot of tools that students can use even when material isn't directly assigned in the course, if that makes sense. I found JoVE, and I don't think anybody at our school was using it. And I think I just found it through an internet search, but it was before the pandemic. So all of that time is a little fuzzy for me anyway. And, but since that and getting our library to get a subscription, which you can see sort of illustrated on the right side of the screen, when you go to our library's homepage, you can just search and find JoVE there. And when a student is using a computer at CNM, a CNM computer in the computer lab, then they have access automatically and don't even have to have created an account. So the accounts are just more for when they're working at home. But since having found JoVE a number of years ago, I've had a lot of interaction with their tech support and their content support people to do some of the things that were just discussed a few minutes ago, having playlists, getting quiz questions. I've used them both on the JoVE platform and within our LMS, again, to sort of promote formative assessment. And so that's been very helpful. And I haven't used this lately, but when I was teaching anatomy and physiology, the JoVE staff would map my course syllabus, my course schedule to JoVE videos, and I linked those through my LMS and had a quiz over the videos, and it was super easy to organize all that within my LMS, get a grade that would report to my grade book, and have all that be automated with the help of tech support. So that was, I haven't used that feature outside of AMP, but it's there, and it really helped those students. And so I use JoVE videos in all kinds of ways, and that's another neat feature about the platform, is it's so it'll lend itself to whatever you can come up with, basically. In class, before class, after class review kind of assignments. I use it both in lecture and lab. We used it extensively when we were on lockdown for our lab classes. I use it for both online only and in person, and we have a number of different kinds of hybrid classes. The videos work well for discussion prompts. And so if a student watches them and then they can discuss things amongst themselves. So I found they worked well as student discussion prompts. And it's not limited to those kinds of uses. And I don't, kind of lately, I've just been playing the JoVE videos and I haven't been using the quiz feature, but that is certainly an option, especially, and you can use those quiz questions, both informative and summative assessments. I have found that there are content, other subjects outside of cell and molecular that I use. So for example, in the lab class that goes with our cell and molecular lecture, the students conduct a little mini experiment using Wisconsin fast plants. And they collect data and then have to analyze it using a student's t-test. And there are really to the point videos in JoVE, but they're in the statistics section, or psychology has some great videos about hypothesis testing. And so I have been able to find videos just through searching through using the search engine on JoVE, which I find works really well, to obtain content that is important for my class, but not in the cell and molecular or genetics package. The translation options, I take pains to let our students know that they can listen to the videos and read the transcript in Spanish. We're a Hispanic serving institution. And so that's an amazing feature. If you have other populations, you know, there are multiple languages that are available so that students can listen in their first language and maybe even go back and forth between their first language and English to help them with their English literacy. So I'm saying here to assign these creatively. You can, if you can think of it, there's probably something in JoVE that will help you achieve a goal in your class. And then I do feel like reaching out to JoVE support for help and ideas is really a time-saving, frustration-saving feature that is part of this deal, is part of the package. So it's not just the subscription to the videos, but it's access to tech support, which is there to help you figure out how to do what you want. And so to sort of close, I feel like there's a lot of options that you can find ways to use the videos in lecture and lab. You can use these, the quizzes, different kinds of assessment, formative, summative, group work. If you were interested or have flipped classes, you know, assigning the JoVE videos and maybe even the quiz feature before for students to complete before class, then is an option, and it would support that kind of a flipped classroom model. I really do also take pains to support student engagement with JoVE, and I let them know usually multiple times during the semester that, as you can see on the right, there are multiple content packages within JoVE. And I tell them, like, okay, it may not be assigned in biology or statistics or physics, but the videos are there. And if you're having trouble, if you need another voice, another perspective, another visualization, you may be able to find it here on your own. And so to really engage and empower the students to take control of their learning, and by utilizing this amazing resource that our institution has had now for a number of years. So I hope that if you guys have questions, we can address those at the end of the presentation. And I thank you very much for your time today.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Jennifer Bunce. What I really like, one thing, you know, that caught my attention was the aspect that you spoke about imagery and having them hear from a different voice, that was really unique. And I think instilling this in our teaching session can really add a different dimension to our course. Thank you very much for sharing that. All right. Now, let me share my screen again, and I would quickly take you over how we can embed these videos inside our LMS course folder, and how quick and seamless they are and could be disseminated with your students. So without telling much, I would again share my screen. Before actually going to LMS, I would want to show you all a short video, which is a core video. Just wanted to show you all how crisp the animation is and how in a very short length, a complex topic gets covered, which is obviously a very good part for your students. Here is a video on zygotic development and stem cell formation. I would play it's less than a minute. Let's have a look at this video.
Single fertilized egg cell called the zygote. The zygote divides mitotically to form an 8-cell mass. At this stage, the cells are called totipotent stem cells that can reproduce, renew, and specialize into different tissues upon implantation. The dividing stem cells form a 64-cell mass called the blastocyst, with an outer layer called the trophectoderm, or TE, and a core of loosely attached cells called the inner cell mass, or ICM. The TE comprises a single layer of cells firmly adhered to each other, forming the first epithelium. These cells later differentiate to form extraembryonic tissues, while the ICM produces the embryo. As a baby grows into an adult, tissues such as skin, muscles, and gut retain some stem cells. Adult stem cells can only form the specific tissue in which they reside and replace damaged or dead cells.
All right, now I would want to go to JoVE website. Here I will quickly take you through the process of creating an account. The benefit of creating an account is once, because this is free and very quick, when you create an account and embed or copy content from JoVE website to your LMS course folder, your student gets unrestricted access. That means they don't have to log in onto anything, and they get full access to the content, whether they're inside the campus or outside. So go to jove.com, www.jove.com. This is where you'll come in, look for sign in on the top right, click on that, come to this part, look for this blue text that says create an account. Once you click on that, this box, you need to enter your institutional email address, which would be your name at your institutiondomain.com. Once you add that, click on create account. The moment you do that, a verification email would get sent to your account, this account that you mentioned. One note that I would want to add here is always try to check your spam and junk folder. Sometimes this verification email does not land into your inbox. So once you locate that, click on the verification link. There would be a small form that you'd be required to fill in, like your first name, last name. You need to set the password, your designation, and choose the institution you are from. Once you fill that up, you would be up and ready. You'd come here, click on sign in, just put your credentials and click on sign in button. Once this is done, it will again take you to this page, but here you would see your name on the top. That means you are logged in now. Quickly, I would want to go to biology. Preeti has already spoken or shown you the content that we have to offer through our core lab and SE collection. What I would want to show here is if I go into any of them, there are multiple chapters. Let me go into any one. Two important tabs that she was talking about: key terms and concepts and scientist in actions. Key terms and concepts obviously are very short ones. The length is around 90 seconds, and they explain the abstract concepts in a in very simplified way so that your students can connect to them. And these are the advanced application videos. Whatever abstract thing they are learning or trying to, connect with them, they would actually see how those things are really applied in real life by scientists, whether it is inside the lab or outside on the field. So this can be a kind of FYI for your students or any kind of assignments if you want to provide to them, or if you want to take them a leap from basic to advanced. So these material could be used to disseminate. All right, now very important part that I would want to show here is, let me go back to key term and concept. Let me go to one of the video, let's say structure of lipids. On this, you have closed caption. That means these can be a very good tool for your international students who want to really read what is narrated inside this video in their own local language. If you have some fraction or proportion of international language, feel free to tell them that this is available and they can avail. This also comes along with this video when you embed this video inside your LMS. Beside that, you have a transcript. This is a very good tool for faculty. Let's say sometime you want to share a video inside your classroom and you want to mute this and narrate things happening inside the video in your own way, in your own voice. So this transcript would be very handy and useful for you. Make use of that. Below every video, obviously, you have some crisp and short text listed. If they want to do further reading, your student can feel free to use that in their free time. Now, how to embed the videos? There are multiple ways to embed the videos. You can have the single video. You can have multiple videos. That means an entire chapter to be put inside your course folder. You can also have videos in quiz form where you have a video and questions listed below that. And obviously LTI, which I will, shortly come to that. Now, let's say Preeti has already spoken about the videos mapped to your common courses in playlist form, and also the book mapping, which is mapped to the TOC of commonly used book. So those are ready playlists which could be acquired from the FRC, which is Faculty Resource Center on our website. This is what it was, the red text on the top. How to get that entire playlist? Let's say you are onto that Faculty Resource Center, you go to a particular playlist of your choice, you feel that, oh, okay, this particular one seems to be very close to the topics that I'm teaching. What you need to do is you just need to click on download CC, always making sure that you're logged in. Then only you'd be able to see the download CC button. So once you log in, come to your required playlist, hit the download CC button, it will get downloaded to your system. Once it gets downloaded, do not open that. What you need to do is go to the LMS. I'll try to cover different LMS here: Canvas, Blackboard, Moodle, and Brightspace, because all are commonly used at a lot of our institutions. So here I'm using Canvas. Let's say if you want to add this entire playlist to your Canvas folder, what you need to do is on the left-hand panel, look for this setting option. Once you hit on this, then on the right-hand side, you would want to see for import course content. Once you do that, look for this drop down wherein you will have an option that says common cartridge package. Choose that. That is your first selection. Second selection is hit the choose file button, your common cartridge. This is what we tell in technical terms, the playlist, which is already downloaded on your system. Look for that, choose that. This is where you'll see the name once you choose that file from your system. This was your second selection. The third selection is choose this all content. Just 1, 2, 3. 3 selections, and then you hit on import button. When you do that, this is where you will see at the very top the status of your common cartridge. It will show you running. Just wait for a few seconds and eventually it will say completed. Once you see this, come to your modules, the content area. This common cartridge will be inserted here as a separate module all together. So this is how all the videos under that common cartridge or the playlist would be seen. Now let me click on any one. Let me go to this glycolysis. All right. You can see the video here on the top. And all the feature, as I was talking about, that you would see on the website, like subtitles, speed, maximizing, all of that could be seen here.
It's a metabolic process that breaks.
You can maximize, you meaning the students can avail all of these things. Now, scrolling below, you can also get the transcript. You have all the important sections or text associated to this video if students want to, do the further reading for this video. So this is how multiple videos could be, brought inside your LMS course folder. Now, what if you want to have just one video, one of the video to be inserted inside your course folder, not the entire chapter. So for that, what you'll do is, I'll go back to the website again. You can locate that video. Let's say you have located, by browsing through the collection, let's say you have come to this, a particular video. I'm just going to show you how to access or go to that embed process. You will find this embed video button below your video on every video page. Look for this embed code. When you click on that, this embed code gets copied. Again, a point to be noted here is make sure that you're logged in. Once you're logged in, this code which you're copying will give full access to your students. So once you have copied, you can come to your LMS. This time I'm using Blackboard. I come to this content area. I click on that. Under this build content, I look for items. On items, what do? I give a name to this video. Then here on this box, you will see a lot of icons. It can be in collapsed form in this way. Make sure that you hit the ellipsis here on the right hand. Once you hit that, it expands all the toolbar icons. Look for this angular brackets, which also says source code. Right click and paste the code that you have copied. Once you do that, you can click on save button. And then eventually you come at the bottom and look for this black submit at the very bottom right. You can obviously use the other settings that you would want to for your video. That's up to your, that's completely your discretion. Once you do that, click on the submit button. The moment you do this, a video will be dropped here on your content page. You can play in similar fashion as you would do on your website. Now, the only difference that I want to bring your attention to is when you use a single video, you only get a video. You do not get any supporting text that comes associated with this. That we had seen while inserting the playlist. So we have already seen how to get a playlist or numerous videos together. And also if you want to add a single video, I have shown you the step. This is obviously getting recorded. I'm going to share this, share this recording with everyone, so that if you want to revisit how to go over, embedding those videos, please feel free to do that. All right. Now, the third kind of embed could be, let's say, you want to embed a quiz, wherein you have a video and questions below that, so that you can check the comprehending ability of your students. For that, I would use Brightspace. But before that, I'll go to the website and tell you how to get that quiz done. You have this option here under this education menu, which says JoVE Quiz. Create new quiz. You have this blue button which says create quiz. Go to that. This blue button again at the bottom, say add question, look for import questions. From these two drop downs are important. First, let us choose the subject. I say core cell biology. Then I look for a chapter, let's say biochemistry here. And let's say I want a quiz to be inserted on lipids. So you choose that video, then you say add quiz. Once you do that, you need to go back and come to your dashboard, which means my quizzes, always making sure that you're logged in. I'm reinforcing this idea again and again, which is very important. So this is where you'll see just now you have added a quiz on what are lipids inside your quiz on your quiz dashboard. So now this is created. You need to download this. What you need to do is look for the ellipse here on the right. Click on that. The left button from the left-hand side, sorry, the third button from the left-hand side is download this COM file in the LMS compatible fashion. So I hit on that. Once I hit, just wait for a few seconds. It will It will process and it will open up a folder, mostly the download folder where your quiz gets downloaded. Do nothing, close that, come to your LMS. This time I'm using Brightspace. Now what you need to do is you need to locate your unit, which is your module section, whatever you may say. Click on Add Existing button, look for SCOM object option, click on Bulk Upload, click on this cloud icon, and then it'll open a window to browse and locate your quiz from your local computer. Once I choose that, you would see the file appear here. Now what I do, I choose that file and then I click on next. When I do, there are certain set of options. Ideally, you don't need to change any of them. You just click on going next, click on, doing next and eventually say add. So once you say add, it will take you to this part, which is content page, and it will show you the quiz that is already added to your unit. In our case, we have already added this lipid quiz. So when you click on that, on the right-hand pane, you will see how the video and the questions, the quiz questions appear or would appear for your students. So this is how it would come, the video on the top and the questions below them. So once you make this available for your student can watch the video and attempt the quiz. And accordingly, there's a button towards the end, which is green submit button, submit answers. Once they hit, one good thing about this is when you insert any quiz inside your LMS, whatever um, marking system, grading system, or rubrics you have set inside, or your LMS admin has set inside for you, for your course, would get automatically connected or associated with your quiz. So you need not worry, just insert and it will work according to the framework that you have set. So if it is graded, it will allot or give marks, points, or grades to your students. Now, the new method or another method that I was talking about was LTI. LTI, not necessarily all of the school may be having or institutions may be having, but that comes, for free with your subscription. If you do not have, what you can do is you can drop me a message and I will connect the LTI personal with you or your LMS admin, and they can have that provision in 3 days time. Now, what benefit you'll achieve out of that once that LTI provisioning is done, you will directly get the JoVE option inside your LMS. That means you can directly open JoVE website right inside from your course folder. That takes away the hassle of going into to and fro from LMS to JoVE website. For that, I will go to Moodle and I'll try to show how seamless the embedding becomes if that LTI is enabled inside your LMS. I have already turned on my editing. I go to adding an activity. I look for the external tool. I give a name to my activity, meaning the name to the video that I'm adding. From this drop down, obviously, I will look for JoVE LTI tool 1.3. This is what you will see at your end too. You will click on select content or add content based on the version you're using. This is how inside this you will see a mini version of JoVE website. Let me see. I want to add a playlist which I've already created, a custom playlist of videos that I would want to share with my students. Let's say I have created a playlist on cellular respiration. I locate that which is already here. I click on plus sign. Below you would see one playlist selected. I just want to add one for now. Just click on submit button. So the moment you do that, that particular playlist gets added to your content page, which is generally in Moodle. So I click on that. See here it is. I have added on-membrane structure and components. So when I click on this after addition, this is how your student would see. Now the layout obviously is slightly different than the common cartridge that we saw in Canvas. Anything that you're using, if a playlist has been embedded using the LTI tool, how you see that on the website in that same manner or fashion, your student would see inside your course module. So they can click on a video, This is how it will be seen, the video. Obviously here again, they would not see any text, just a video, and yes, all the feature associated with the video. If they want to move on to the next one, here you would see a small collapsible button in blue, which can be expanded and collapsed, and you could see all the other videos here. They can click on any, and that video would be played here on their screen. It can be collapsed again in this fashion. So we have seen 4 different ways in which you can embed JoVE content through single video, through multiple video technique, which is called playlist or common cartridge. We have also seen quiz way, wherein we can have video assessments combined together, and the LTI way, wherein we can directly have single video, entire playlist, or our entire quiz directly coming in through a mini website inside your course folder. Now, quickly, I would want to go back to our presentation, and I would want to open up for question and answer sessions. If you may have any, I'll just read through the chat box also, or if you have any question that you want to talk, please, message me and I can enable the voice for you. So I am stopping the share, and let's see what we have from the audience now. All right. I can see a question which says, if we don't have an institutional mail ID, how can we create an account? The account can only be created if you have an institutional email ID, because this is connected with the subscription that comes via your library. But if your institution does not subscribe to JoVE, what you can do, you can send me an email. I can talk to the JoVE rep who's talking to your library, and possibly we can set up a trial for you wherein you can use and send a recommendation to your librarian, who can then think of subscribing to JoVE. I hope this answers your query. So in short, if you don't have an institutional email address, you cannot access the video. Rather, you can seek for a trial from the website, and accordingly, the JoVE rep can reach to you or to your librarian, and they can set up a trial for you. All right. Another question. Can you please show how to import quizzes from my quizzes in jove.com in Canvas? All right, what I'll do is, respecting everyone's time here, I've already noted your name and your question. I will reach out to you with the instructional video that will guide you to download that quiz from our JoVE website and then embed that inside your Canvas course folder. I think that should suffice here. All right, now I have questions for you, Professor Jennifer Bunce. The first one is, what kind of JoVE videos from, course, science education, or lab videos have garnered best interest or feedback from your student?
A number of them have. I definitely had students in the A&P classes that I taught before the pandemic, where I had it would be a collection of videos with a quiz that had questions from all those videos. And people said that was really good for reviewing, especially right before a test, because, it's short little bits of information, and then quiz questions so they could practice recall. And so I was using that as a formative assessment before an in-class exam. And so that was one thing that got good reviews. I have had students appreciate the translation capacity, especially some of my Spanish speaking, first language Spanish students. And also, I think once a student goes through a sequence, like mitosis or something like that. It takes several videos to cover the full, the full topic. But they appreciate, having it broken out into short bits, but then continuity throughout the chapter that it takes to cover a topic. So I hope that answers your question.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you very much. I have extension to that question, which is, what is the best feedback on any JoVE video you got from your student?
The best feedback?
Yes.
I think that it's really for the content stuff, right? Not the lab, the longer videos, scientists in action and things like that. But I think they really appreciate that it's short and to the point, and that it breaks things out of a big long chapter into these bite-sized pieces.
Great. And there's another question for you is, in what form you have used JoVE quiz, whether it was graded or ungraded, and did it meet your expected outcome?
I have mostly used them graded. Some I have made extra credit to sort of bait them, right, as a carrot, to get students to engage maybe more fully. And I do think it's helped and met my expectation. I have used them more in the formative assessment world rather than summative. But I think it would work there too. It just hasn't been what I've done, but I don't think there's any reason you couldn't. But I think it's worked really well for formative, and especially in that part of learning the recall, right? Okay, you can know a lot of stuff, but can you apply it to a new question? And so that I think is a practicing recall and application of knowledge to answer a question. I think it's worked well in that particular area.
Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that with the audience. I think that's all for you, Professor. I have 2-3 questions for our subject matter expert, Preeti. One is, what if I don't see the Ready playlist on the Faculty Resource Center that you showed? How do I get a playlist of my own? Or I'll just combine another question also, which is with regards to book mapping. That means, what if I don't see a book listed on your website, which I teach for my students? How can I get that book mapped for myself?
Yes. So we have curriculum specialists. So they can, always you're welcome to send your course mapping or entire course outline. Just email it to us, so that, or we also have a form that you can fill up from the website, through which you can also reach out to us, and it will reach our curriculum specialist, and then it reaches our subject matter experts, team of subject matter experts, who will curate the playlist for you based on the course outline that is mentioned in your syllabi. And for book mappings, I think it works the same. Like, if you would like to have an entire book mapped, or the part of book mapped for your courses or for your students, just reach out to us. That just send us the request, so that we can check how faster we can do it, and we will be happy to provide it at the earliest possible when it comes to course syllabus mapping. However, for book mappings, it is it is a bit tedious process for us also as well. So like, it will be provided within a week to you. It will come if it is an entire book. So it depends on your request, obviously. So this is how you can make use
All
of the
right.
resources.
All right. Thank you very much, Preeti.
Thanks.
Preeti was talking about curriculum specialists. So yes, every institution has a dedicated curriculum specialist. you would know who's that. Or if you don't know, then you can just straight away, reach out to me, send me an email. I can connect you to your dedicated specialist. And yes, for the book mapping, feel free to give me the name of the book with the name of the editors and the edition that editor or author, and the edition that you would want to map. The TOC, if you have the TOC, that will be added advantage, and I will have that forwarded to our subject matter expert. And as mentioned by Preeti, I think it should take a 1 week's time, and we can come back to you with that complete list of playlist. All right, now I think that's all on questions front. I just want to iterate one or two things towards the end. One is about, if you have any questions, you do not hesitate. My email address is already been shown throughout the presentation. Feel free to drop me a message. I'll connect you with your dedicated curriculum specialist. Now I'll give you a brief about the curriculum specialist that every institution has. They would assist you in locating the right content, loading that video or playlist inside your course folder, be it quiz or any other form. Um, they can also connect with you separately on one-on-one demonstration, guiding you to all of these, or they can help you through email, sending you instructional videos. That means they can be your, POC for any kind of assistance that you may need with regards to JoVE videos, locating them and embedding them inside your LMS. And lastly, I would want to, talk about LTI once again, that if it is not provision, it comes free. It takes just 2 to 3 days to get that provision. Feel free to drop me a message. I'll connect our JoVE LTI personal with your LMS admin, and it will get provision, and you will get the direct option inside your LMS. So finally, I would want to, thank all of you all for coming and attending and investing your time and energy here. And thanks again to our guest speaker Jennifer Bunce, and our XME expert Preeti, and everyone on this board. I believe that this has been a fruitful and a productive session. I'm sorry if we are not able to answer all of your questions, or you are not able to send that to us in timely fashion. Feel free to reach out to me with any question, and I shall get back to you with the required answer. So once again, thank you. Have a great time. We shall see you somewhere, sometime. Bye-bye.